years now. It's very interesting story. She in the beginning, she said no to Isagenix, and she'll share with us why. She's a former hairdresser. Because she said yes to Isagenix, she has a global team now of 150,000 people that she has impacted physically and financially. And she actually became our executive in 6 weeks. Within 36 months, became our Isagenix millionaire. Not only did she achieve this, but she helped about 11 other people become millionaires. And right now she's 8-star platinum, meaning she's maxed out her center of 250 cycles a week, and 9-star crystal executive. For those of you who don't know, she's helped 9 people rank advanced to crystal executive. That is something really huge. She has a beautiful family, and even her daughter Jennifer is totally rocking it in the start group. She's number 5 worldwide under the age of 35. So Susan, you're absolutely incredible. I'm so excited to host you tonight. Can you share with us your story about how you said no to Isagenix and how it changed your life?
Hi, Sonny. I have to give you so much props because he always calls me with such joy in his heart and a smile on his face. And I'm like, I can never say no to him. So nor would I, but I've always enjoyed staying in touch with you. I think I met you pretty much one of the first times. I'm in 10 years, so I don't know how long you've been at the company.
11 years.
How many?
I've been here 11.
11. So yes, it was one of the first people I met then, I guess. So yes, thank you for the invite to come on to your call. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. So I'm actually in Arizona right now. I'm right down the street from corporate offices because there's a lot of good things happening right now. But I'd love to, I can briefly share my story because it seems like my older story isn't relevant anymore. But I can share briefly that I started off my life as a hairdresser in Boston, Massachusetts, and moved down to South Florida, Boca Raton, Florida, with my then boyfriend, now husband of, we've been together 40 years now. And I was introduced to the network marketing industry. It was multi-level marketing back then. When I was just 27 years old, I owned a cosmetic company in a very high-end salon in Boca. And I really didn't think I'd be interested. It's kind of ironic because the product that I was first introduced to the industry in 30 years ago was a hair product. It was a hair regrowth product. So I feel like I've come full circle with that and pretty excited about it. But I ended up going to a meeting. There was over 300 or 400 people there at the time. And the 2 people presenting were 2 men, and they happened to be from Boston. So I picked up on that right away. And they didn't talk about the product as much as I thought they were going to talk about. What they did was they talked about things like trends and timing and the way in which you brought a product to market. What they were talking about was a business surrounded by, the product was the product that you moved to create the business, but they actually talked about the infrastructure of the business. And the more they spoke about it, and then they brought a bunch of people across stage, and each person basically just validated a product that they loved and why they loved it and what industry they came from. And what they were doing is they were validating people from all walks of life here for the purpose of a business opportunity, but liking the product. And it's very interesting because I walked out of that meeting going, I went up to the owner, the guy who was presenting. He happens to be in Isagenix today, by the way. He came on board when we acquired Zija, which is very ironic. And he was making a fortune at the time. And I said to him, can you prove that you're making that kind of money? And he said, yes, I can. I said, can you show me exactly how you did it? And he said, yes, I can, but you'd have to be a really good student. And I said, I am an excellent student. I didn't have the opportunity to go to college. I put myself through hairdressing school. And I became what I call the accidental entrepreneur. You learn as you grow, and you go, and you learn, and you grow, and you go. And I ended up being very successful in my traditional career. And then I ended up a year later selling my company, because 10 months into this original company, the name is New Skin, by the way, you might have heard of it. I had replaced my full-time 6-figure income in 8 months of part-time effort. And that was shocking to me because I'm from the salon industry, which is a lot of nights and weekends and hours. And the draw for me at 27 years old is I was newly married, and I was like, control of my time was something that was a big interest. And so when I speak to you tonight, it will be about what motivates the people you're speaking to, identifying people. People will call me all the time and say, what do you say? I said, it's more important who I'm saying it to. See, people don't spend the time vetting their prospects, and they just think everybody should know and want what we have. But in business, not everybody wants to do everything that we do. Like, not everybody wants to be a hairdresser, or not everyone wants to be a nurse, and not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. And, but they were speaking into what I wanted, which was control of one time and still be able to have a career. But I got to stay home and raise a baby. I didn't even think I wanted to stay home. I just didn't want to work 60, 70 hours a week to make my money. And so I had this huge success with that company, to be honest with you. I actually had a #1 selling video, and it was product-driven video, which is pretty ironic because everyone looks at me as the business person. But back then we all talked business, and we had a lot of men in the industry, where we don't see that as much today in Isogenics. We see more women. I mean, they're men, but we're heavy in women. And the reason being is because they spoke more business back then. And so I created a product video because there needs to be balance. You shouldn't have one without the other. And so the thing is that after a couple of years, I had tremendous success. I became a millionaire in that company as well. I traveled internationally with them, and I was a keynote for internationally for the company for a lot of the business aspect of it. But I ended up leaving the industry altogether for 15 years. And it was because it was MLM. And it was just too hard. I mean, if people say, what's wrong with MLM? It's the compensation structure. It's not the word of mouth. It's not the product. It's not the team build. It's just too hard to maintain. You can make money and growth, but when you flatten out, the criterias were so difficult and challenging, most people couldn't meet them. And so it earned its bad rep, to be honest with you. And so everyone called me. Once I've had success, they'll call you time and again, because they're like, well, you know how to do it. Well, if I can get you. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that, but thank you. I appreciate the compliment of calling me, but I'm not open. I left the industry for a reason. And one of those people that called me was Kathy Cooper. And that was in 2002. And I said no. And then about 6 years later or so, Patty Cepeda called me. And I said no to her too. And so in 2012, I'm very grateful to say Kathy Cooper called me again. And that was their 10th year. But what was happening in 2012? Does anybody know? We were going through a very beginning stages of vertical growth. And they needed more professional network marketers that knew how to take and build a team and grow a network. And I always said it must have been the right time in my life because I was more open. I have a saying. I ask people this every time. Are you open to a financial opportunity? And if so, is this the right time for you to take action? Because both of them are relevant and neither of them have anything to do with me. It's 100% to do with that person. And so you might be like, when Patty called me, I wasn't open, but it also wasn't the right time in my life. When Kathy called me, I definitely wasn't open because I was just, and I said, you know what, if you're not open, you can't hear. And so it doesn't matter what she was saying to me. I didn't hear what she had to say because I was closed off. And that's why I ask people, are you open? And is this the right time in your life? And that's why I vet people, meaning I'm not trying to say whether they're capable of doing it or not. I'm just looking to see if they're even interested, right? And if the answer is no, I said, you know what? Do you mind if I circle back around in 6 months, a year, whatever, or you can call me anytime if something changes? Because it is in that professionalism, people start to lean in a little bit more. They're not so threatened that you're trying to get them, right? And so in 2012, she ended up flying me out to the company, and I brought my then 18-year-old daughter, Chelsea, actually is her name. And I brought her with me, and it was a big aha moment for me because I went to she brought me to the NYKO. Kathy's she knew what she was doing. She had me sit in the audience for the whole weekend before I had an invite to sit at the corporate with them on Monday. And I got very emotional because I sat there in the audience and I had forgotten how much I love this industry. And it's the people that I loved. Because these were people that see the cup half full, not half empty. These are people that are willing to show up in their own life. They're not just complaining about something that's not working. They're willing to do something to make a difference. And so I was attracted to what I saw. But most importantly, one of the reasons, or the reason I left the industry was the compensation plan was too hard. And when I saw our compensation plan, I was in shock because we had to build 12 teams. And you weren't allowed to put people underneath each other. You had to build 12 franchises independent of each other. And in order to get paid on your depth, you had to have a very strong width. And that's why most people failed, to be honest with you. And so Then at the very end of that event, there were hundreds of people, like they couldn't fit them on the stage. And they had these huge checks and they said $100,000 for the year on them. Not average income is, which is common verbiage you hear in our industry. They'll take the people making all the money and then nobody making any money, and they make it sound like they're making money. And I'm very against misperception. I'm all about, listen, I'm looking for people that are hardworking, have a good work ethic, willing to, if I'm going to put my time, effort, and energy into it, you're going to show up, but we're going to make money together. Because that's what we're here for. You're on this call. Yes, you love the products. But you're on a call like this because you want to learn about making money, right? You want to learn a system. And so I'm very serious about how I come at this business. If I'm going to put my time and effort into it, I want to get results. And so that's what did it for me, is that all those people were making money that year. And I'm like, okay. I called my husband up. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. They got it right. That's why I called Jim and Kathy and Cooper our heroes. I just had dinner with them Friday night. And oh my God, the conversations that we had, we were laughing, but I'm like, they will always be the heroes of this industry for me, because they stayed strong in an industry that could have easily crumbled. When MLM was got the bad rep that it got, was because it was just too damn hard. And somebody figured it out, and it just happened to be them.
Congratulations for all your success. Absolutely incredible with all the, not only you, but your team and all the people that you've impacted. And, the world truly has evolved, and this is new evolved economy. And we are at a tipping point, and this is your tip here. And why do you think this is the best time to be in network marketing and the best time to be in Isagenix?
So, I really feel like the industry was having an identity crisis. Okay. And it's because there's so many nuances that have shifted, right? But think about this. Everything that we have done from the very beginning in network marketing, word of mouth, right? Team building, correct? Training and coaching people. All of those are now considered trends right now, right? Influencer marketing replaced, word of mouth, right? All of a sudden it's cool, where everyone else is poo-pooing it. It's normal. It's mainstreamed now, right? Coaching is the big thing right now. Well, we did that for free. We didn't charge you, right? And then you have, drop ship is the big, this is the big one. People couldn't understand, why aren't these products sold in a store? They couldn't understand that. What you have is a convergence of trends that are happening right now that are so dramatic. They were already happening before, but there was always one piece of the puzzle that was missing, and that was mainstream acceptance. Okay. And right now, mainstream acceptance is here with over 19 million people walking away from the workforce because they call it the great resignation, right? What they're actually, I call it the great do-over. Everyone's like, yeah, that wasn't working for me. I got off the treadmill of life for 2 years and I don't want to get back on. I don't want to get on that treadmill. I want to create my own path. And they want something fresh and new, and they want autonomy, and they want to say, you know what, I'm willing to work a few less hours to have more control over my time. Or I'm more willing to work harder. I just want to work smarter, right? And so this big resignation that they talk about, right, is really a realignment of goals and priorities and things that are important to people. And so you'll be the first to hear this, but I'm here for a reason. I'm here because we're producing a video, and it's going to be a business opportunity video. It's actually going to be a story. It's going to be about 15 minutes long, which is not an opportunity video anymore because people have no attention span for that. So this will actually be the story of an industry whose time has come, and it will validate and educate the field more than anything else. But then we'll create a 2-minute trailer, which is just like a movie, but the trailer will tell the story that will prospect people with. But once you prospect people, they have questions. Well, they want to know more. Well, that's what the movie's about. Okay. And then we'll create some promotional pieces for social media. I'm not a social media girl, but my daughter is. And so this is what I want people to understand is network marketing has never been more relevant than it is today. Because give you an example, affiliate marketing. And even our company's talking about the brand partner program. And I'm like, that's fine. I'll use the brand partner program for one reason only, to attract interest. And then I will teach them why they want to be in network marketing. Because what is affiliate marketing, guys? Affiliate marketing replaced, it's basically sales online. It's sales. That's all it is. It's very linear. It's exchanging time for money. You are not on the right-hand side of that quadrant, and you are isolated. You're alone. Who's supporting you? Unless you want to hire somebody, you're doing it by yourself. You have to create your own content. You have to follow up with your customers. You have to do all the work. You don't have a team behind you, right? And 9 out of 10 times, not all of them, but 9 out of 10 times, you get a one-time fee. Very few companies give you your customers attached to you for life. Okay. Now, what does it work for us? I say it's no different than when I prospect somebody who, has a salon and they have all these customers, but I'm like, let me nurture that customer. I know that they don't want to be a network marketer, but I want those customers, but I don't want those customers to be a one-off. I want that to become a feeder group of helping them retain that customer, helping upsell that customer to additional products. But I'm in network marketing, and my job in network marketing is to be a team developer. That is the definition of network marketing, is the team dynamic. And, there was a window of time where people were poo-pooing it and saying, oh, I don't want to have to build a team. I just want to be an influencer. And here's my point to that is, okay, be an influencer. Let me be your support structure. You can populate my team with all your customers, and I'll develop and support them. Majority of them are just going to want to stay customers. I'm going to make sure that they stay with us for as long as possible. I want them to fall in love and get a result with those products. But I'm going to inspire that influencer to say, hey, listen, why don't you do a video with me and speak to all your people and introduce me as your business partner. If anyone's interested in learning how to do influencer marketing, tap into me, and we're your support structure. And so again, I feel like our industry has this identity crisis because everybody else is trying to be us, but we're all things. We're not affiliate marketing. That's just one arm of what we do. Okay. We build teams. We help people be able to supplement, replace their income, or create financial independence. That's up to them. And so our job is to ask the right questions and help people meet their goals and then reset new ones if they want. Does that make sense?
Yes, most definitely. And some of the other trends I've learned recently, Susan, is the fact that 1/3 of workers have changed their jobs. 9.6 million Americans lost their jobs because of the pandemic. 4.2 million workers have left the workforce and now looking for opportunities, especially to work from home. And 49% increase in people starting new businesses. And the home-based business revolution is exponentially growing. And, before the COVID, 69% Americans were already overweight. And the top 2 complaints to doctors were low energy and stress. And the average person gained about 15 pounds during the COVID. And now, more people are not happy with what they see in the mirror. And we have not even seen the ripple effect of the economy that has been devastated by the last 2 years. So you couldn't ask for a better time to join network marketing and Isagenix. I'm so excited with what's happening right now.
I love all those numbers that you said. I did the McKinsey report, which is the big report of 19 million people since April of 2021 have left the workforce. Okay. And more than, 2/3 of them have no desire to come back. But there's even more than that, because there were trends that were already happening before this. They just got accelerated. Right? They just got so accelerated to the point that people already knew automation was replacing jobs, right? People already knew people wanted to work remotely. People already wanted work-life balance. These were already trends in motion. And what happened with the pandemic is it just made it all explode overnight, right? And so we offer a solution for people. Now, I'm going to say something to you guys that might shock you, but the nutrition part of our build was so much harder for me personally than the beauty side. And it's maybe it's because it's my background. However, I don't have to explain how to put your moisturizer on. I don't have to explain how to take a pill for your hair to grow. And it's so simple. And these are what I call forever products. So the challenge with the weight loss, and I never did weight loss, even though you're absolutely correct, people need to lose weight and all that stuff and get healthy. But, oh my Lord, there was a journey that you had to take with your clients to get there. And how many people saw people lose their weight and decide to get off the program? And I'm like, no. People don't get off a moisturizer when they fall in love with it. When you have your hair grow back and it's a forever product, you stop using it, it starts to fall out again, they don't stop using it. Okay. Retention is the name of the game, guys. 100 BV to be set free. That is what we do for a living. We are about building, it's called continuity, right? I would give up a big, huge upfront sale. Now, Herb Cepeda, who brought me in, we have two different conversations on this. Patty and I aligned. Herbie wants the big, enroll him with the big product line. I'm like, I'm not looking for the person to drop, $1,200 up front and then not be able to reorder for 3 or 4 months because they have too much product at home. I'm trying to teach a behavioral pattern. I'd rather you order every single month for the next 6 months to a year so that you fall in love with it. You have this behavioral pattern and you stay with us for life. I have a saying in my team is that we build these consumer networks of people who have a vested interest in staying with the product for life. That vested interest is one of two things. They're getting such a massive result, they'll never stop using it. Okay. And I don't mean the yo-yo of dieters. That's a psychological journey I'm not interested in. Okay. I'm happy to show them, but build a business around that. And it's very volatile, right? However, you show people how they can fall in love with the skincare line. We don't jump from skincare line to skincare line. Okay. So having a customer get a great result that they're willing to, and I'd rather have someone buy our $50 hair product, but buy it for the rest of their life. And I'll just get exponentially more people to do it. Okay. Than trying to get everybody to do 100 BV for me. Right. I want retention. And what's this, not all customers are created equal. I've had this conversation with Sharon quite a few times and she agrees. Same with our chief science officer, Dr. Josh. The best, does anyone know who the number one best customer is? Anyone? Throw it out there. Your best customer on your team. Who's your best customer on your team? You. You're right. We're our best customers. And who's like us on our team? Your business builder. So let me just give you a real world example. I owned a cosmetic company and a skincare company. Do you think I bought products from somebody else? Of course I didn't. I bought them from myself. When you become a business builder in this company, you have a book of business. You have an online catalog of products that are your company's products. And as much, if you're buying anything outside of that catalog, someplace else, you might want to reassess that thinking. Why? Great if it's 1 or 2 products. I just happen to love this product. If it's coffee, okay, I can go with that. But if it's one of our key products and you're spending your money someplace else, why? So when I say have a vested interest in staying with these products for life, I mean exactly that. It is my business to consume these products and endorse them. That's my job. And so if I have, I don't know if you guys knew about Kathy Coover's book. What was the name of it? Oh yeah, Resilience. I always forget the name. So she interviewed 20 people in that book, and they were all different, 20 different, I guess they were all millionaires. And I was one of the 20. And it was very interesting because I remember Jim interviewing her and said, how the 20, is there any one person that stood out to you? And she mentioned me. And it was because, see, Kathy and I come from the same generation of being taught this industry first before we were taught to fall in love with the products. Like I opened a cosmetic company, not because I said, oh, I love this lipstick, I just want to sell it to everybody. That is not why I opened up my cosmetic company. Okay. I was a makeup artist. I knew how to make people look good with makeup. And I wanted to have a product that people, a continuity product that they'd buy again and again. So I chose to open up my own brand of product of makeup and skincare. And so it was the business, the reason why I opened it up. It just happened to be surrounded about a product. That was my key point. That was the product I sold. And so what she explained is that I put the infrastructure in place. So if you look at the pencil pitch, you mentioned people like my pencil pitch. So the funny thing about the pencil pitch, guys, is I fell on that because I was being pitched at a timeshare resort for the 100th time. I've owned timeshare forever. And I was not buying because I had enough. I don't need any more. But one last guy coming in and he was the closer. And in 5 minutes, that guy did his pencil pitch. And I'm like, here's my credit card. And I didn't buy the timeshare, but I bought something else. It was a week that kept me going in the system or whatever. And I'm like, that is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And then I spent the next 4 days figuring out how to tell our compensation plan in 5 minutes. And I'll never forget this. I went to the Bahamas. I might be going off track, but I'll come back. I went to the Bahamas for our top achievers, and I was pitching it to everybody, all the leaders. Because I don't know if you know this, but it's so important that the leaders know what we're doing as much as a customer. I mean, you need to know where we're coming from. And the last person I pitched it to was Jimmy Smith. I said, Jimmy, do you have just 5 minutes? He was getting ready to leave for the airport. And I did it for him. And he gave me the best compliment I've ever had in my life. He said, you just took what I've learned 25 years trying to figure out how to do in 5 minutes. And I said, oh, that is the best. And so then I went and I was asked to speak at the company to do it, and they filmed it and everything. But the whole point of the pencil pitch was what Kathy Cooper talked about in the book, was the last part of it when I said, the biggest mistake people make is they go after their customers first, and they look for their customers to build their business. Your customers are your customers. Yes, they can be your feeder group for maybe evolving them into the accidental entrepreneur, but that takes time. And most people will quit before they ever get it started because it takes too much time. And so 80% of your customers and 20% of your business builders, what I do is I look for my business builders and I get my customers by default, meaning they said no to the business and they said yes to the product. And then they go into my feeder group of maybe eventually they might want to do the business at some point when I have time and I'm not so busy, I circle back to them and say, hey, do you want to want me to show you how to get your products paid for this month? Or we have a new product coming out, I'll touch back with them every once in a while. Some people are on the do not call back because they do not want it. And I honor and respect that. But I have such a feeder group that I'm never going, people slip through the cracks. That's a good problem to have. When you're going back to the same people over and over and over again, stop. You're just bothering them. They'll come to you eventually if they're interested. And if I'm not saying not touch base with them, but if you think that the 4 or 5 people that you keep working on are going to come in and make a difference in your world, it's not a reality. The reality is you make a difference in your world. You have to be the leader you're hoping to recruit, right? And so you put your infrastructure in place through intention. That doesn't mean you're not going to get all your customers maybe might come in beforehand, but what happens if you're bringing your business people? So I bring in 10 people. All right, now I have 10 people. I go out and get your 10 people that want to build a business. And in the process, you find customers, but you don't stop until you get your 10 people. Why 10? 10 make you an executive, guys. An executive makes you have 30 people, and 30 people is the sweet spot that you need to be managing on your team. And as an executive, what I do is I don't duplicate consultants. I duplicate executives, 30 to 60, 60 to 90. You see what I'm saying? And executives run small base businesses. So if you look at when I do the left side of the quadrant and the right side, so you have the E as employee, S is self-employed, right? So this is your product share, E. Self-employed is your executive. They're running a small base business. If they want to get onto the right side of the quadrant, they have to find other people that want to run a small base business. They need to franchise. So they move over here as soon as they get a 1-star crystal executive, 2-star crystal executive, 3-star crystal executive means that you're helping other people run a small base business. And the only way you can get to I, investor, is when you help some of these small base businesses come off over to the right-hand side to where they start getting a 1 and a 2 and a 3. And I don't mean the cycle volume. I'm talking about the executive, rank advancing other executives, helping other people learn the business of network marketing. Is that making sense?
It's absolutely brilliant. I actually wrote down the numbers and follow your video so many times. I put it in the chat here. So whether you want to earn an extra $5 a week or $13,500 a week, this is exactly the blueprint, and it's on the video.
Awesome.
And the reason why we're here is so many people are worried, concerned about their money, the inflation, the price of gases and everything. And people truly need the income earning opportunity now. And there's nowhere else where you really invite 10 of your friends that you love the most and really show them how to share this with 10 of their friends, and we duplicate ourselves. And this is the only business that I could think of where you could create a limited weekly income and you have more time to enjoy it. There's a lot of business out there. You can make more money, but you have no time. And
I would like
Right
to
now,
just say one edit to what you just said. It's because people think that just because they're our friends, they should do this with us or want to do this with us. And in truth is, I don't have any friends that I prospected that wanted to do this. And the ones that did, they came in well past the time they waited for me to have success. So have you ever read the book, The Tipping Point? Okay, you have the early majority and the late majority. Okay, so the early majority were the people that came in first. That's the first wave, guys. That's that early majority. That was 2012 to 2016. So what happened there, I bet you all knew what I'm talking about. There were people that came in 2018 and 19 and nothing was happening. We're pretty flat, right? Did we all agree with that? We've been flat for a little bit. We wouldn't have stayed flat this long if we didn't have the pandemic. That was just a phenom that happened. However, it's just made everything so much bigger and brighter for us right now. Because I don't know if you feel it already, but we are already in the very beginning stages of a second wave. All right. And that second wave will be bigger than the first wave. And do you want to know why? The second majority, right? The early majority and the late majority. So the late majority that came in 2017, 18, you might have lost a few people because we didn't have anything going on. It was like, it kind of felt lost a little bit, and what is an actual momentum? It's not the company, it's the team. It's what we do in the field. You cannot look to the company and say, where's our next momentum? All we ask of the company is give us new exciting products to get excited around and create product launch. You could just give me one product, the hair product, one product, just the moisture. It doesn't matter. One product that I can get excited around and I can build a business and story around it. Okay. And what do? We take it viral. It's about condensing time and creating urgency. So it's not just the people who you speak to just because you have friends. It's who do you know who is open to a financial opportunity and willing to take action. Condense time and create urgency. Taking something viral, social media is so big right now, right? How does it go viral? It's like everyone starts talking about it overnight. Well, that's network marketing. It just happens to be on a social platform. And so what happens now is that we have the product, we have the beauty line, we have beauty from the inside out, natural beauty. We have an opportunity to, and I'm not negating our and after, they're off the charts, guy. I was very sick when I started. I had a lot of health challenges. It's dramatically changed the way I look and feel and what have you. But natural beauty is fun. It's easy. Let me say, it's simple. It doesn't require coaching. When I came in, people were calling themselves nutritional cleansing coaching. I went to her, I'm like, what is that? And he goes, that's what we do. I go, that's a job. That's a traditional business job, where people get caught up in becoming experts in product education and not network marketing. And I said, that is a flaw that can really harm a lot of growth for people. And I believe it slowed a lot of people down. They spent time with the wrong people trying to help you become nutritional cleansing coaches, which, by the way, we didn't go to school for that. There are nutritionists out there and they got it wrong. Most of them, nutritionists out there, they didn't understand intermittent fasting. Can we just all pat ourselves on the back that we've been doing that for 20 years now and all of a sudden it's cool, right? And so protein pacing and intermittent fasting has been part of how we use products since we started. And now all of a sudden it's a big thing. My point I'm trying to make here is that network marketing is a business and you have to look for people that want to do business with you. Don't confuse a friend or somebody who needs this with somebody who wants it or is willing to work. I ask people like, hey, do you have a really good work ethic? Are you somebody that has a really burning desire to have more, do more, be more? And if not, do you know somebody that is? Because that's who I'm looking for. I'm a recruiter and I own it big time. I'm recruiting for people who want to learn how to build a business, not by yourself, but in a team dynamic where together everyone achieves more. I don't have to focus on being the sole, the influencer out there, the affiliate marketer. That is like me doing product sales instead of in a salon online. That is sales. I'm looking to build something that's an income producing asset that once I build it, it will continue to pay me long past the time it took me to build it. And that's the mindset not only you have to have, but you have to be willing to look for. And I go, tell me no now. I'd rather not waste my time. And it's with that posture. And people know that I'm not trying to get anybody. I'm pretty sure I probably have validated this for so many other people, and they've gone on and signed up with other people because of my own willingness to not just claw into somebody and wait for them to come finally say yes to me. I'm like, I am too busy for that. And then they come to me. Do you remember you met me at the airport the other day? I'm really interested. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to follow up with you. But that's because you're talking to so many people and you're in the growth of it. People fall through the cracks. It's a good problem to have. I want you to know that. That means you're talking to a lot of people.
This is absolutely brilliant. And there's so many golden nuggets on how to share this amazing opportunity. Now, the buzzword right now is collagen. Everyone's talking about collagen. What excites you about this little bottle of collagen?
So there is this whole thing about grow and glow going on. I'm from the salon industry, most people know, right? And I'm working with the higher echelon of the salon industry called Intercoiffure, which is what I come from. And the reason why I'm working with them is because if they say yes, the rest of the what 5 million plus salons will come on board, trickle down effect. And they've said yes, they love our product. But here's the thing, simple is the key. So you're not going to go into a salon and try to sell them a whole line of skincare and a whole line of, and overwhelm them, because they won't do anything. But you come in with one product. So personally, I would come in with the Grow and Glow, 1 to 2 products. The Grow and Glow to me is a sweet spot because if it's high end, because it's $300, okay? And they are going to get results. I promise you, they are getting results. So if you've seen the before and afters, 1 glow a day and taking the vitamin, and the men alone, okay, the thickening of the hair, the first month you're not having the shedding of the hair as much, and by the second and third month and the hair grows a 1/2 inch a month, so you start to see the fill in, right? And you've got to take your pictures, guys, because you're going, I don't really know, but you know what, you don't see up here all the time, but it's coming in, okay? And that's a big deal, guys. That is a $1 billion market. I was brought into this industry with a hair regrowth product 30 years ago, and here I am, it's happening again, except this one is the real deal because it's a DHT blocker. I know I went into the hair, but that's the part that's getting me so excited because it's such a result-driven product. Women with damaged hair, men, it's not just for male pattern baldness. Let me just be clear. How many women have had their hair damaged? You don't have the same velocity that you had when you were younger. You're coloring it, you do all this, and it's getting stringy and dark and damaged. And this is the big deal. I just sent Josh a topical product to use now too, that will finish it off for the hair. I am so excited about this, not because I want to go out and sell product to everybody. I want everyone to use it because I want them to get the results, but the simplicity and the forever product. So the glow, the people that are going to stay in your product for life, okay, other than someone that maybe like the hair regrowth product that just blows everyone's mind, they stay on it. Customer that stays with you for life is your business builder. So you need to have a solid structure of business builders. Why? I teach everyone to be an executive. Why? Because every business builder manages 30 people. And so if they're going to manage 30 people, they're going to make at least $10,000 a year, right? You have to enroll 2 people a month, manage your 30 people, make $10,000 a year there. If you're doing that, you're going to make another 10 through your cycles, and there's 20 grand you're making right there. So I'm showing people how to run a small base business from their home. Okay. And so every executive you have on your team, 2 turns into 4, 4 turns into 8. Now you have 10 and 20 and 40, and they each represent 30 people, which is what? 3,000 business volume, right? Now you start extrapolating that out, and those people stay for life. I still earn an income today, 30 years later, from something I built from 27 to 34 today. I earned over $1 million since I've left that company. That is what passive residualized income is in network marketing. And if that company had this compensation plan, I would not be here today, and I'd be Jimmy Smith. Okay. Because I would have got in at the right time, and it had a great product, right? It just had a really bad financial model.
That's absolutely amazing. Yes, I absolutely love the fact that this is residual recurring income that's paid weekly. I had one conversation 11 years ago with a gentleman, and he got into Isagenix with the president's, the ultimate pack, and he's still reordering, and his whole family's on Isagenix. So that's what we call recurring income, and it's made an impact. So with this bottle of amazing collagen here, Kathy Coover came out and said it's $1 billion product,
It is.
a hero product. And if you really think about all your friends, families, coworkers, neighbors in the past 2 years, they've had a lot of fevers, they've lost a lot of hair, they had a lot of stress, they have poor nutrition, and the whole market and the industry has really set us up for success. And you've seen so many success with not only salon owners, but hairstylists, eyelash beauticians, all across the board. And are you leading with mainly the collagen?
I'm doing the grow and glow.
Beautiful. That's
Grow
what
and glow, because
revival.
and here's the thing is that and I'll say it, and I hope you hear me. Our job is to build a network of committed consumers who have a vested interest in staying with these products for life. That is your business builder. Your business builders will run a small base business of 30 people if you teach them how. If you try to go out and get customers who will be on our product for life without trying to build the network of other people managing a small base business, you're not going to see the success that you want, especially with the high ticketed item product, even though it's amazingly successful. And I'm sure people will be mad at me for saying this, but I'm as honest as it comes. Okay. I've been in the product sales. I know how to sell product. I know how to own a cosmetic and skincare company. I know this. Okay. But in network marketing, if you want to build a lifetime sustainable income, you need to build people who run a small base business. So I have hundreds of people on my team that are executives because I taught network marketing, not product sales. The product sales comes from our personal experience. Our love of these products are highly consumable, highly result oriented, right? And we build them through word of mouth. We're harnessing the collective buying power of our personal networks and showing them the benefit of buying from their own online store and being able to pay ourselves for doing it instead of paying the advertising marketing companies. And so it is in the education of the business that you can build a sustainable income. Customers will come and go. Business builders stay for life.
Amen to that. I truly believe that if you get paid, it's our obligation to help our people get paid. And there's 8 ways to get paid in Isagenix, and we have so many videos that explain it. And I truly believe when you make time to especially learn the pencil pitch and draw it out for people, they'll really get it when they're able to draw it out back to you and explain it to you. And that's what I love about your pencil pitch.
I actually tell, I talk about simplified. I tell me there's only 2 ways to make money. Okay. You either share the products or you recruit other people to share the product with you. It's 2 ways. All the other things are irrelevant in my mind, is because you don't need to teach that until it's time for the person to learn it. Right? Like, I don't need to put you through school of what it means to do network marketing or how you get to road to executive or any of that kind of stuff. Is okay. Next is manager. Let me show you how to make $450. Okay. And plus PIBs. Okay. Next is director. Let me show you how to make $1,150 plus PIBs. Okay. Next is executive. And you walk your people through this. My daughter does a 20,000 in 6 months going executive by tapping the pools and all the money. Okay. But she doesn't teach all that up front. She teaches it while the people are going through it. But there's literally only 2 ways to really make money in our company. It's to endorse and share these products personally, linear income, or recruit other people to help endorse and recruit these products with you, which is leveraged income. And all the money that they pay you is on the journey of doing that.
That's absolutely brilliant. There's so many people here taking notes and asking if this call is recorded. Yes, it is recorded. And at this point, can you share with us on what you love about our Isagenix family?
I just hung out with Kathy and Jim the other night. So, and I've been here for 4 months. I haven't left since NYKO. I love the passion, right? From the owner, right down from the owners all the way down, for our industry. And I was telling everybody is that I feel like our industry has had an identity crisis that we need to correct. Okay. We have everything that we need right now for the first time in history for this industry led by this company, the leadership at the corporate and the leadership in the field, to stand loud and proud Okay, I visualized it as we're this big oak tree, you know, it was this smaller tree 20 years ago. And as every product launch happened and every 5 years or so, there's your evolution, the tree got thicker and stronger and the branches got bigger and you had leaves and then some leaves fell off and new birth came and you had more leaves and then the trunk got more into the ground and you saw the root get stronger and thicker, right? And I feel this energy just happening and all of a sudden it's like, we know who we are and we're here to stay. It is our time. It is literally our industry's time, and it is for sure our company's time to have our second wave, and it's just who's going to participate this time. That's just the only question. There are affiliate marketers everywhere. There are direct ship marketing there. There are coaching people over there. Guess what? We do all this under one roof, network marketing. We do it all. It's all under one roof, and we create an income producing asset that eventually gets to the point where you don't have to show up every single day to get paid, that you can build something that will pay you long past the time it took you to build it. And that is not available in all the individual, opportunities that companies, they're like drop ship over here, influence marketer over here. Should I do this over here? Network marketing encompasses all of it. It is the perfect place to learn entrepreneurship. It is the perfect place to grow a business and then take that money and invest it. My husband's a big endorser of, I don't know if you've ever heard The Family Business. Is that what it's called, Murray?
Yeah.
Sorry, The Family Business, my husband's podcast. He teaches the 8 sources of passive income. Okay. And what happens is that what he shows our team, because we believe in the compound effect, so much so that we take our money that we earn from Isagenix and we invest it in a compound product so that money makes you money. So I'll take someone who's making just their executive bonus and say, take that executive bonus, right, and invest that. So in 15 years from now, you have an exit strategy alongside what you're doing here. Because if you truly believe in the whole cash flow quadrant, I mean, my husband taught our son in Chelsea, they played the cash flow quadrant growing up. It was like Monopoly. We taught passive income. We taught the difference between an asset, right? And what it means to be able to really value, not just making money, but making your money. That's the I part. I don't care if you're making 10, 20, 30, 40,000 here. Don't spend it, invest it. Invest it and let that be your investment, because a lot of people don't have that extra money to invest. Let this be that for you. It doesn't have to be everything to everybody. It doesn't have to be $1 million income, for every person, but it certainly can show you how you can play in the right-hand side of the quadrant.
That's absolutely incredible. And it brings me back to Jim Coover a while back saying that someday we could be bigger than Johnson & Johnson. And in year 2021, Johnson & Johnson did almost over $21 billion. And I truly believe our holistic nutrition and all the beauty products that we have now and all the new scientists, especially all the products that are coming out, it's just absolutely incredible, because it's not only a hero product, but people are truly become walking billboards.
That's right.
This is truly the best opportunity, and so many people truly don't understand how powerful and how amazing that so many people are praying for these solutions, especially
Well, let me say this to you. I know I keep doing this, but this is who I am. The products are amazing. Don't get me wrong. They are amazing. They're the reason why we have our income and our success, right? And I love them. I love them. Our skincare line, medical grade skincare line, guys, I'm not even kidding you. Skin Medica is the #1 product on the marketplace. Our product can hold our own to it. And their one product in that line is $275 for their moisturizer. Our whole system is $225. I'm a big advocate of having products that are people can afford, the everyday person can afford. I come from middle America, right? I want my family to be able to afford these, not just wealthy people. I think that's crazy. And I know the markup, it's insane, right? But let me say this to you. The Glow was our #1 launch of a product ever in the history. It's the largest launch we've ever had of a product, and we did it in our 19th year. We are a legacy company with a game plan, a long-term game plan, okay? And the thing is that, to give, there's so many misperceptions. People think they need to go with startups and stuff like that. I'm like, you're out of your mind. A startup won't be here in 10 years. Most of them don't even have a plan to be here in 10 years. They have a 5-year exit strategy. You need a company that's going to pay you 10, 20, 30 years from now. They better be in business in order to do that. So you better make sure you align yourself with a company that has a long-term plan and has perfected their ability to do it. They've proven, right? So what's about to happen here is, what's another company, this is part of the video, by the way, what's another company that has been in business in its 30th year? It launched its #1 product in its 30th year. Anyone know? It's the iPhone. Apple was 30 years old when it launched this phone. I want people to understand the power of that. People misperceive a company being in their 10th or 20th year, somehow it's old. It's just something that people need to, it's just about business knowledge. They don't have it, right? It's a misperception. People are like, oh, come with a young growth company. I said, no, come with a company that continues to create growth. There's a difference. You have to continue to create growth. And let me tell you right now, Dr. Plant has a very long plan. We are just getting started. And to play in natural beauty along with natural health. And by the way, he is streamlining our health to the 7-day system and the ability to put these products in your body in such a simplistic way. Don't try to sell everything to everyone. Find the people that are interested in financial opportunity. They are going to be your best customer for life, and show them how to manage 30 customers and build from that. That customer base, that executiveship becomes your feeder group. And then you build another executive and you build another. And people focus on consultant, and it drives me crazy because I keep telling the company, you have to change the behavioral pattern. You have all of these promotions of creating consultants. I can create consultant all day long. Hell, I can create 10 consultants. That's, you know, what, 20 people, right? 5 consultants is going to be what, 5 times 2, right? I get 1 executive, it's 30 people, and I made an executive. That's the challenge you want to give yourself. Go exec, grow execs, and stay exec. And if you duplicate that over and over and over again, this second wave will be bigger than our first. And it'll, because we have the established, trained leadership in the field, we have the products, we have the validation that we have succeeded, and we're going to have this video that's going to help you mass produce that message.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Susan. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your love, your wisdom, your
Hi,
support.
Aaron. I just want to say hi to Aaron. I don't get to see him often.
If you don't mind, maybe we could open the cup for one burning
I'll take a sip of
question.
water.
If you have a burning desire to ask Susan a question, we'll just do one question, or compliment, or thank you.
It's okay.
Go ahead, Teddy. You might need to unmute yourself.
I was getting ready to put it in the chat. Susan, when is this video coming out? This is so exciting.
We're actually, Herb and Patty are flying in Easter, and we're shooting it the 2 days after it. And so then it will be just up to editing. So we already shot half of it, and I'm hoping mid-May.
Oh, awesome. This was an awesome, awesome call. Thank you so much for all this valuable information. I took pages of notes, and I have to go back and watch this recording and send it out to all my people. This is
I would
amazing.
say, you guys mentioned there was a motivational or educational course you take, Ascend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter does one that Zach and Eden did as well, ALA, I think it's called. I am a huge supporter of all that. Anytime you can get your leadership to engage in personal development, it is a game changer. Doesn't matter how, if you get and build a one leg, you know, one team after another, after you get 3 or 4 people on one leg that are all rowing in the same direction, and then they up level it to the personal development part of it, where I love what you said, it's the beginning, it's not everything, it's the initiation of it, right? Because it all begins with a thought and a belief. And I'll leave you with my favorite saying from Tony Robbins. I met him 30 years ago. I went out to lunch with him, pitched him on network marketing, but he knew he loved network marketing. He was just marketing to us instead of becoming us. He said, belief is your most powerful tool of influence. Okay. Your belief is what influences others first and foremost. So if you need to build your belief in yourself and your product and your business and whatever it is, do that first before you go to everyone else.
Thank you so much